Malta for the Chain of Blocks Summit for the XRPL ecosystem.
I would like to welcome everyone here. Thank you for everyone that's travelled around the globe. And I would be honoured to announce a very warm welcome to open the summit today. So please, Olive, welcome up.
I'm honored to welcome you to Valletta for the Chain of Blocks Summit. The summit stands as a platform to innovation, bringing together people, decision makers, professionals and stakeholders to share knowledge and shape the future of blockchain. For centuries, Valletta has been a meeting point of civilizations where tradition blends with progress and history. Next year, Valletta will proudly mark the 460th anniversary of its foundation. Digital transformation, artificial intelligence and technology like blockchain is a central enabler of this vision.
Thanks everyone for being here. Quick check before I start, not that it's relevant to the presentation, not really. Who here considers himself part of the XRPL ecosystem? And who in the room didn't really work with the XRPL before, did, for example, use Bitcoin, EVM, and ecosystems. Right, so there's some new people to the XRPL is new to some of you.
One of my favourites, Robert Kiru from XRPL. He's also the COO of Zaman. Today he's going to talk on stage for us about Zaman in numbers. So what is Zaman? And he's going to dive into welcome Robert. Through practical XRPL tools that help developers build and test faster, while giving everyday users simple ways to search, explore their data. As part of the team at BitHom, the go-to XRPL ledger explorer since 2015, Slav helps empower the community with user-friendly access to balances, transactions, NFTs, tokens, escrows, and more. BitHom began as a hobby project and grew into a full-time mission, driven by community support and the goal of making the XRPL.
Is automatically just to upload it? How does it work?
Okay, so just to reiterate that, if you have a token, do I need to contact Slav?
Yeah.
So actually, depends, but usually no. We have thousands of tokens and all of them have images automatically. So how it is done? On XRPL you can verify the domain.
So we're going to take a short break, toilet break, tea and coffee, croissants out there, and to our listeners listening live, I'm going to pause the stream for now and we'll be back in about 20 minutes. Thank you.
Since 2018, we currently secure over $1 billion in staked assets, mostly Ethereum and other proof-of-stake networks. We have a physical presence and we run like 1,000 Chain. Chain is a young person who lives in the digital age. But no bank is going to give her a loan if every time a wallet interacts with a blockchain. There's an RPC node important. We need to move assets between blockchains. So they enable pay, and you need to move them to blockchain B. For example, you have Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network, and you want to move it to.
Not get into a lot of math, even though I am a math guy. We talk about principles and that kind of stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it at a very high level, so don't worry.
Tokenization has always been a very fancy topic within the crypto industry. As a lawyer, when I hear tokenization, I sometimes hear whether your token constitutes security or not, depends on what you are going to tokenize. And when it comes to tokenization, as you say in the industry, if it exists, someone is probably going to tokenize it. Now, when it comes to sport communities, the question would be create a digital personas of the fan and to separate them from the support that they bring to the team in real life. But it's actually the opposite. The idea is to bring those fans on-chain. Can be used to be rewarded for that support. Another thing that we could tokenize, I'm not sure if you heard of the recent launch of football.fund.
People that are actual fan of the club. Do you see that many actual decisions about the club, like transfers of players?
As I said, those are very likely to stay with the sport organizations themselves. Not because of applicable laws, but because of the rules that are imposed by the leagues themselves. We had a case like that a few years back with Chile, where FIFA was questioning about one of the voting proposals that was made to FAN. So, on that point, there is very little that can be done, obviously. And if we think about DAO also have limitation.
So Deville, or Miyamoto, is going to come to the stage for the Chain Block Summit, and he's going to talk, he's an artist and a dev, exploring his thesis, the spiritual paradigm of magnetism. He'll dive into the idea of memes as units of thought, just as DNA is the unit of life, and examine economic dimensions of meme coins as value vessels that connect ideas, communities, and capital within the digital age. So welcome to the world.
Daniel Stolasa is known as Miyamoto on X for those who like to play a little bit in the trenches, NFTs, meme coins, and you might be asking yourself, what is this guy doing here? Talking about memes or memetics, and don't worry, I've been asking that thing myself, so about what I'm going to be speaking about, because I'm not only going to speak about meme coins, I'm going to speak about what memes are. Sing a song, I kind of like tweak it a little bit, and when you hear it, you change a little bit about the pronunciation. Memes in our currency. When you look at the dollars, when you look at the euros, you have a series of imagery. You have, as I was saying earlier,
I've got to invite Vitsa back up onto the stage for what I believe is a special announcement. So while we wait for Vitsa to connect, the view that was had last night about memes, I'm fairly neutral in the meme arena, I guess, so, but I learned a lot from him.
To his mom, to the app, for the past weeks.
and it was just approved by both Google and Apple. Just got the message, which means it's always a challenge with these two, especially Apple when it comes to crypto. I'm going to explain just a little bit about what this update is about, so two people get to release the actual update today. Yeah? So let's release the update first, and then I'll explain what's being shipped. There's not much to it actually, but I already opened the tabs here. So here's Google, and here's Apple. Let's do Apple. You want to do Apple or Google? Nikki gets to do Google. Okay, yeah.
My name starts with A, so why not?
Okay, well, there's the magic button. Yeah, there's the next one. Okay, that's 4.2.1 in the App Store. There you go. People who opt in to hold or use the token, called trust lines, right? So you can't just send any asset to anyone, which is actually very common on other chains. I mean, you can't really use credentials today, but it will allow for the next stage.
I'm excited to welcome is Zach Ritchie, founder of the XRPL. He's going to come up to the Chain of Blocks Summit stage to talk on art and NFTs. Zach is Malta's most loved NFT artist, known for his innovative approach to art and sculptures. As the founder of the XRPL and the NFT Club, he has opened doors for countless creators and continues to inspire a new wave of artists exploring the intersection of art, culture, and technology. So Zach, welcome up.
Does anyone over here know what NFTs are? Just a show of hands. Okay, cool. I know some of you are very knowledgeable, but those who don't know what NFTs are, can I have a show of hands also? Okay, cool. So, guys, this is my story from JPEG to brand. And in the span of a few years, I've created over 340 NFTs. And before that, I was actually a graphic designer, commercial illustration. I love brands, I love marketing, and I love brands and storytelling. And I was lucky enough to do work for brands like Campari, Martini, even Auto Exotica, which is luxury cars, Cellini, Rolex. There's something about illustration that allows you, to tell stories in a different way. We build this kind of like small community. So, for those of you who don't know what an NFT is, it was these royalties. So what that meant for us is brands formulate from NFTs into brands. Here are some different types of NFTs. So you have an NFT that is just art.
Absolutely fantastic presentation. Thank you so much for your storytelling and the way that you told that and shared your story with us. Do we have any questions from the audience? No? None at all. Wow, I was impressed.
Not even you, Larkin. No questions.
Keep up the amazing work, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you. We're going to take a short break. Tea and coffee is served out there. I'm sure you can connect out there. Thank you so much. So to our next speaker, thrilled to announce that Antonio, the second name, Antonio.
Antonio is enough.
I'd like to welcome him up to the Chain of Blocks Summit stage to talk on crypto spot ETFs. Hot topic. Antonio is a Macedonian lawyer with a master's degree in finance and financial law. and over 7 years' experience investing in the crypto markets. He is also the owner and program creator and presenter of Crypto Gemzivia, the first Macedonian blockchain finance educational channel with 4+ years of content and more than 2,100 educational videos on technical and fundamental analysis. So, welcome up to the stage, Antonio.
So, hello to everybody. We have a full crowd, good to know. I would really like to know, anybody from you who've been to Crypto Hub Malta by any chance until now? There, so you know what you're in for, right? Okay. So let's put it this way. 2016, 2017, I was a witness, especially of several, I would say, statements that will go in history. First of all, because in a spot ETF, you're not only tracking ignition, it means that everybody in Wall Street that wants to be part of this ETF means that in their name, either BlackRock or Fidelity or Bitwise or Ark price grows. So until now, until this bull market, we couldn't even imagine. Why am I saying this? Last bull market, what was the best thing that happened in close to zero, right?
Can we just say something? BTS, Bitcoin, ETF.
Okay, let's put it this way. As I was saying, remember that joke that I was saying? So, BlackRock buys $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and 600 million worth of Ethereum in one day. And you're sitting looking at 200, you haven't explored, you generally still new at this thing. Learn from the best. I'm not saying that BlackRock is the best. So far, there is not even a proper regulation that allows you to hold this. To BlackRock, never. Yes, learn from them, but buy yourself a cold ledger and thank you.
Thank you so much. The last speaker for today is someone that I've had the pleasure of collaborating with myself. It is Cyril Bordeaux from the XRPL Commons team, and we will welcome him up to the Chain of Blocks stage for a talk on ecosystem opportunities. Cyril will present on XRPL Commons, sharing the initiative supports entrepreneurs and developers, and highlighting new opportunities for startups and funding within the XRPL ecosystem. Cyril asked me not to read out the rest, but I will tell you a fun fact that he opened a wine bar in France. I just found out. So he's a man of many talents. Please welcome Cyril up to the stage.
And for hosting this, really excited to be here. And it's also a pleasure to meet a lot of you that I don't know much about, so I'll be happy to exchange with you afterwards.
I'm so glad to be with you for this day. Start my journey in XRPL Commons with a 2-day workshop, which is about how to meet an NFT in a futureverse. So this is my first step, like connecting with the XRPL community in Paris. Then I did the hackathon about gamification. Like we were 12, some of them like had 2 years of a startup of 2 years, some
sponsors, and to all our brilliant speakers, and of course to all of you who've come from across the globe to join and be a part of this journey. So on behalf of the Chain of Blocks Summit, I wanted to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you. It's been an absolute pleasure to host and connect with you in this beautiful Valletta, Malta.
Bye.